Hiya.
How y'all doing?
How's it going?
I hear a few of you have been to Synth East recently, this weekend.
Yeah, that looks amazing. Yeah.
Modular Fest in Norwich with Steve Davis, Robin Vincent, Lula York, Gaz Williams, Sam Battle, Andrew Brooks.
Yeah, thanks for all of that. All of you guys, you've just been telling us in the chat about it. I mean, it's a shame we missed it.
Yeah, I didn't even know it was on. Should have had our ears to the ground for that one. Let us know of any events like that coming up so we don't miss them. Although I've only just got back from Australia, so we might have missed it anyway.
Yeah, was that Kent Spong organised that? Was it Spong House?
I'm not sure if it was Kent or
it looks like lots
Robin.
Late night synthesizer shenanigans have been going on. And we weren't part of it. Damn.
Great way to start the month.
You have to forgive me. I'm feeling a little bit under the weather today. So I'm just going to be having some hot lunny
Hot lunny honey.
Lot honey money. Honey and ginger.
That'll help. Out of a therapeutic boo mug. Available from our Bandcamp along with
Oh yeah, you've probably seen these.
Merch
attack.
Peter Badges.
So we got news. We got rather sad news about Ampled.
Yeah.
I never got used to pronouncing their name, so
no.
it's probably a bad sign. But yeah, yes, the Boo Peter badges are available.
They're available to buy. Our Ampled fans are automatically getting an honorary badge because they've been supporting us from the get-go over there as champions of the sort of new platform. It's a brilliant platform as well. But should I tell the news now?
Well, hold on. I'm just going to talk about the Boo Peter badges for a second.
All right. We'll come with that later.
I don't know. Those of you not in the UK may not be entirely cognizant of Blue Peter, the institution, the legend, the way we all grew up in this country. I mean, possibly not anymore, but yes, we all fell in love with one of the presenters. We all cried when the pets died. We all got upset when the Blue Peter garden was vandalised.
For anyone who's not from the UK, it's basically kind of like Play School, but...
What?
Well, I don't know.
No, it's
with
not.
More makes, more adventure, more live on-camera stunts and things.
People
they jump out of helicopters.
Jumping out of aeroplanes.
And
like 20,000 feet.
It's crazy.
Climbing up John Noakes climbing up Nelson's column.
And they show new technologies and stuff as well. I'll never forget, there's a clip you showed me of one of the presenters, like jumping down an escape chute out a 20-story building or something. And it basically looks like a slide.
That's Tomorrow's World.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Oh.
I mean, really.
Classic.
This is what happens when you invite the colonials onto your British show.
So having been to Australia, I've forgotten all my Britishness now.
Anyway,
I'll be saying yogurt again now.
But hey, thanks for reminding me about Judith Han jumping out of a window.
Han. That was great.
Stop saying Judith Hannes if you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so Blue Peter, it occurred to me that the Blue Peter badge afforded the holder certain benefits and, stuff like that. You could get in places for cheap and you could do stuff. If you had a Blue Peter badge, it was a much coveted... Where is mine? There it is. Boo Peter badge. So we haven't quite worked out how this would work, but we've decided these are going to be valued and coveted items, and they're going to somehow make life better for you. Not just because you're wearing them, but because something will happen.
Yes. And fellow, Boo Peter wearers will spot each other and understand. They will have an understanding.
Yes, you can wave at each other. Stephen, just coming.
Exactly.
And if you know what I'm talking about there, good work.
Black Squadron.
So there's that. But the news is about our ampled supporters. You've all got a Boo Peter badge in the post to you to just thank you for your pioneering support of frankly, something that we championed for a long time, did we not?
We did.
And it was largely you that discovered it and thought it was great.
I still think it's great. I still think it's an awesome platform. Wonderful that it's artist owned and operated. And, you know, although we have had to use their technical support, you can speak to a human being, which I don't know if you get that on a lot of services. We did have ongoing issues with it, though. What, should I go on?
Yes, so I'm just going to say, Andrew Brooks, yes, you can get into the Science Museum with the BOOcast badge.
We haven't arranged that.
I mean, you can get into the Science Museum anyway, I think. You don't have to.
You can hire out parts of the Science Museum.
Let's not go crazy. You can't hire out the Science Museum with a BOOcast badge.
No, well, it's in the, what is it, 5 figures.
Actually, you know, if enough of you go down there wearing BOOcast badges and just say, it's ours, I dare say they probably wouldn't be able to stop you.
Anyway, I will announce the Ampled thing because we
it.
keep toying around with it. We're moving from Ampled. The reason being, there's been an ongoing issue with some people not being able to join, more than one person, more than a few people, because they're having an issue with the structure of the payment system and the secure authentication, secure card authentication, common to sort of EU card holders on the US system. We've been talking to their development team for a long time. They've been working on it. It's a small team though, and they are not entirely sure what the root of the problem is. So they don't have a lot of time to dedicate to it, and they still don't have an ETA for when it will be fixed. So rather than prevent people from being able to join the Boo party, we thought, well, we'll just shift everything over to Bandcamp so people can join us there. We'll leave everything that we have on Ampled up there, so that's all still accessible as long as you're subscribed. But I've actually migrated all the posts over to Bandcamp, except for a few...
Correction, most of the posts.
Most of them, except for a few exclusive song releases, which we have yet to upload. We just need to find the files. We'll upload them in the next few days, and you'll be able to get everything on Bandcamp.
Yeah, we're that organised. We literally don't know where it is.
We do. We've just been quite busy, haven't we?
We have. But it's very sad news about Ampled because we really wanted to support them. But I mean, they're doing their best.
They are. They're doing their best.
Did you notice my editing there?
Yeah. And, you know, maybe I'm sure they will get it fixed in the future.
Yeah.
But yeah, in the meantime, we want to be accessible to as many people as possible so people can see all the stuff. Nobody's missing out. So
there we go. So if you have joined us on Bandcamp to support us, what's the thing? To be a supporter.
A subscriber. It's called a subscription now.
Yeah, so what are the benefits of subscribe?
We've got so much stuff. We've got stems, free downloads, exclusive Ample Bandcamp, supporter-only EPs that you can download, cocktail recipes, behind-the-scenes photos, stories about songs.
But what are the other benefits?
What do you mean?
Well, isn't there something special that you get from Bandcamp that you didn't get from Ampled? From being a subscriber?
I don't know what you mean.
About the downloads. The digital downloads?
Oh, yes. Sorry. I forgot this.
Biddy Baxter's going to fire you.
It does put it at the top of the page. You will also automatically get all of our new music as it's released as a digital download. And you get 10% off merch when you purchase merch. So there are quite a few perks. Sorry, you really had to... Blood from a stone there.
And I thought I was the one that didn't know what was going on tonight, but there we go. Clearly, but, I'm not alone.
The link is bit.ly/boosters.
Oh, do I have to put
capital Boo? No, I'll pop it in. In the chat there. There we go.
Splendid.
So yeah, there was a question from Warren, which I thought I'd just answer. He asked, interestingly, is there a difference in the distribution to artists between Ampled and Bandcamp? There is a slight difference. So both of them charge for Stripe payments, which is the payment platform, 2.9% plus 30p per transaction. Bandcamp takes 15%, Ampled takes 10%. Bandcamp drops the 15% to 10% if you've earned more than $5,000 in a year. So it could end up about the same, but Bandcamp takes a little bit more than Ampled.
So, I mean, if you're thinking of, setting one up yourself, it's probably a good idea. And if you're making music, you should be on Bandcamp already, and you probably are.
Yeah.
Again, it's a sad day because we really wanted, what with Bandcamp being owned by Tencent, we've gone down this road before. Actually, somebody reviewed We Are Ghosts recently and said, they don't want to be on Spotify. It's a shame. That's the only way I found them. I was like, it's a difficult world we live in.
It is difficult. Yeah.
But yeah, Yeah, that's life. That's it. I mean, they couldn't sort it out. They did have 6 months to do it. And, frankly, and I don't want to be mean, and I'm sure they're snowed under with work, but they didn't respond to my last email. And
No, that's true. They didn't actually reply to the last one.
I just said, look, can you get this fixed by March? Or if not, can you let us know what's going on? Nothing.
I emailed them again, actually, to
Did
check.
you?
Yeah,
Still nothing?
Nothing, yeah. So
Run.
I think they're quite overrun. All these people have full-time jobs, and this is outside of their day-to-day work.
Anyway, what you need to do now is cancel your subscription with Ampled. Run away. We're going to leave a page up that's open for everyone to see, to basically say, because obviously we've got Ampled at the end of our banners of all of our videos up to this stage. Way great, because we were really going for it. So now we're going to have to put a page up saying we're not here. We're at Bandcamp.
Yeah, so there's a post redirecting people to Bandcamp.
Okay, that's enough about...
that's where you get all our stuff.
That's enough about cutting-edge technology and little internet startups.
Back to fun events.
Being crushed by megacorp.
In the real world, with real people.
Fun events in the real world.
Face.
Okay, here we go. So there's something nice happening, innit? And it's happening this weekend, innit? Here it is. Okay, the SonicState live electronic music EMOM, which means electronic music open mic, not electronic mom. All right? Don't get too excited. Yes, it's not going to make your breakfast, and it's not going to tell you off for not tidying your room in an electronic fashion.
No.
So yeah, that's happening this Saturday, the 11th of March at 6 p.m.
It's pretty packed. There's like 7 confirmed acts, so you can see them there. So
as you can see, we've got Action, Ken Peel, Chris Calcutt is coming over from Brighton. Chris is fantastic. Really, really nice to see him. The Occupier, I'm not sure who that is. Maybe I'm not up to speed. Bad Workman, which is Gaz Williams, is continuing his amazing, he's found his mojo. He's funky. Sorry, what? What?
Just cut back to us.
Cut back to us, okay. So I can't read it now. So, and... James Waterforth and Matt Hodson is playing.
That'll be great.
Massively chunky Matt. Not physically, but sonically chunky. Sorry, Matt, if you're watching. Apologies for referring to you as chunky. I'm much chunkier than you.
We're aiming to be there.
Yes, we are.
Health pending.
Health pending. I mean, I'm not feeling great. Yes, so for SonicState, we've had the Trigon 6 in the Boo Palace. For a couple of days. Did a very kindly asked Nick asked me if I would review it jointly with him. So we both did a review for that, and then I thought I'd do one for us here, and then I did another one because and I think I've broken my body. I'm just broken
on synth reviews.
So suddenly I finished the last one, the one we're going to play today. I won't tell you what it is. I'm not going to play the Trigon review today because I want to wait for the SonicState review to come out first. Yeah, I just went, I hate synths.
No, you didn't go that far.
I'm done.
You got
done.
Oh, you
getting
didn't.
a ukulele.
It was quite a few days straight of intense.
Yeah, I think that's
sweeping.
I don't know. I need some vocal.
I think it's
zones.
more that you're not well than the excess of synth.
You're probably right. Enough about me. Anyway, so there's SonicState EMOM. Let's cut back to that. Let's go back up to There we go. So hopefully, hello. That's funny, isn't it? That's exciting.
Cool.
Let's go back again. Oh,
I didn't know we could do that.
Ooh. So yeah, that's happening this Saturday. If you're going to be there, we'll see you there. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Lurgy, depending. One thing we want to ask you, because we're going to take a camera and a microphone, and we thought we might sort of annoy people while we're there with stick a microphone in their face and ask them things.
Questions.
And I thought this might be an excellent opportunity for you guys. If you had anything you wanted to ask Nick back, Gaz Williams, Matt Hodson, Chris Calcutt,
any of the people who are playing,
or any of the people there, or any of the audience, we won't be live streaming it.
No, but hopefully we'll have some bits to share with you on the next BOOcast.
Yeah, which would be nice. So yeah, we won't be live screaming it, but I
might ask people about because I don't know. Actually, I know most of the people are very experienced playing live already, but if there are any people who are first timers, I'd be interested to see what their prep was like and how they feel about it, because it takes quite a lot of cojones to get up for the first time and do that. So Yeah, that's what I'd ask.
Cool. You could ask that. I'd ask Gaz, how does your beard do that? I mean, have you felt? I mean, you felt Gaz's beard?
No, I'd leave that to you. It's a special thing between you.
Oh man, it's so nice. It's so I don't know what products he uses, but it's quite a mystical experience.
He doesn't use anything, I don't think.
No, he definitely does.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure. It's like some kind of whispery tagliatelle, angel hair spaghetti, but without the stickiness. It's got weight and body and it's light.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm going on a bit. And I will shut up. I am hallucinating Gaz's beard right now.
But that's something to look forward to.
So yeah, if you have any questions for any of those people, do just let us know. Email it to us, batteryoperatedorchestra@gmail.com.
Or tweet us at BooElectric.
Or stick it in the comments here.
Yeah.
And we'll try and, get around to asking it.
Yeah. Ask any questions in the chat. I mean, we go through the chat after because we can't always catch everything while it's happening live.
Yeah.
So any questions you have, pop them in.
Yes.
For us or anyone else. And we'll aim to get them answered.
Yes.
Andrew Brooks said that it was Robin Vincent and Electronic Sound that put on the Synth
Oh,
Beast.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Robin Vincent sent me the DF Audio Mini Bay, which I'm still yet to plug in. Thanks, Robin. But that's fantastic. Another little synth thing happening. Great. Yeah. So, there we go. That's it. The Blue Peter badges are now available.
We just got an email. I don't know if this is really worth mentioning. I think it is because it's sort of a DIY musician thing. We just got an email from Distrokid saying, try our new free mastering service where you can bonus your tracks and it will use AI to master your track, which undoubtedly is never going to be anywhere near as good as a professional mastering engineer, but may be useful for people who don't have the time or the money to do that. However, then I looked into the fine print, and it's the first track is free. Then it's $99 a year. So watch out for that. They're trying to catch you.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't know. How do any of you... I mean, there's online mastering stuff, isn't there?
Yeah, this automated stuff, I'm not sure. It must just be sensing sort of the dynamic range of your track and then doing some EQ.
Well, I'm pretty sure some people have sent the same track to one of these sites twice and got different results back. No, in theory, if it's doing its job, it should come out the same.
Yeah.
I don't know. It all sounds like smoke and mirrors, snake oil and various other things of that nature.
But I'm curious, if you needed a track being mastered and you weren't sure of your own capabilities, what would you do? I mean, would you save up and get a mastering engineer, or would you use one of these AI services? Or I don't really know, because we master all our own stuff. So interesting. There are options. Yeah.
I just realised I didn't show you a picture of the. There you go.
There's the badge.
There's the badge.
Isn't that lovely?
And this is the. Whoa.
Yeah, that's the mixing thing.
That's the mixing thing. So add that finished. Yeah. Add that finished sound to your
finished
tracks.
Sound.
Yeah.
Sounds finished.
Yeah, I'm finished. Not finished. It's finished. I mean, maybe some people. I mean, maybe it's not aimed at electronic musicians because most electronic musicians I know are generally sort of they're right up to their elbows in the whole sound of it. So I mean, you wouldn't really want to hand your mix over to someone else unless you're working with them.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's
a good point. It's probably more for singer-songwriter types who don't know how to deal with DAWs, perhaps.
Possibly. Anyway, just use Ozone. Yep, Ozone. Absolutely.
Use Ozone.
Why not?
Yeah. Brilliant. Yeah, Ozone. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, yes. Maybe we should show your special video.
I can't show that. The synth of the month.
Video.
Wait, hold on. Yeah, bear with me a sec.
So yes, we're not showing the Trigon video this month because Synth is going to come out on SonicState.
Yes, it'll come out on SonicState first. So for your delectation, hopefully, we've got Synth of the month for you now. I'm really sorry. The BOOcast synth of the month is the Roland Promars MRS2 Compuphonic. It's 1979. Bjorn Borg has just won Wimbledon for the 4th time. I'm in a Spider-Man t-shirt and I'm emptying a packet of delicious orange space dust into my face. And there is, up to now, no such thing as a programmable monophonic synthesizer. Last year, Roland released the Compuphonic Jupiter 4, a programmable 4-voice synth that was to be the genesis of a much venerated range of polys, which are coveted to this day. But this year, Roland will introduce Jupiter's monophonic sister, visually and sonically similar to the Jupiter 4, programmable, and the only monophonic Compuphonic synth Roland ever made. Until recently, the Promars has been relatively ignored, but now available as software on the Roland Cloud, anyone can play one. 1979 is the year of the Promars. Oh, Roland, you were so great, weren't you? Oh, look at this baby. So this isn't mine, this is Simon Forsyth's. Thank you, Simon. We've been looking after it for a while now, and I've got a feeling you're going to come and get it soon, so I thought I'd better have a little play. So here it is. It's a... Shut up you. Let's just turn that all off. So yeah, it's a monophonic synthesizer. It's compuphonic because it has presets and everything within this parameter range here that's got programmable written on it. And inside it, it's got a little tiny processor chip. And somebody told me which processor chip it was once, and I've completely forgotten, but it's one of those early ones. So we're talking ZX Spectrum, maybe even less impressive than that. ZX81. Oh, you know, that kind of thing. So early computer land here. So let's have a little look. So let's go straight to the oscillators, the dual VCO. Dual VCO? Well, this is odd, isn't it? Because look, there's only controls for one oscillator. Let's listen to the saw. And we've got a range of 3 ranges there, and keyboard transpose. We also have off, which is useful as a waveform, I always find. You can turn it off. Brilliant. It's quite noisy there. We've got a square. Lovely. And a pulse, which has 4 pulse settings here. So we go 1. So that's the square. And that's the thin. Quite interestingly, in a lot of places where you might usually find sliders on a non-programmable synth, you'll find switches. I've got a theory about that. I'll tell you about it in a bit. We can do pulse width modulation by clicking that down to mod, and it comes from the LFO. And the depth is in 4 stages again. That's the deepest it goes. So as you can hear, it sort of... it thickens the sound up nicely. And we've got a sub-oscillator here. Again, no level control, just switch it on or switch it off. And yeah, that's nice and beefy. It says dual VCO though. What's going on? Where's the other VCO? What's going on? Where can it be? Where can it be? And just about the last place you'd expect it to be is here. There it is. I'll just turn one on. Let's bring it up a bit. So, second VCO's over here. And we can tune it with these 2 tiny knobs right here. So as you can see, VCO2 has no wave selector or pitch selector or anything. It's just got this tuning control. And in fact, that's all it does. It just follows VCO1. And you can add an interval or some detuning with it to thicken it up. Oddly, there's a flicky switch here which goes between one tuning knob and the other. And this is very unusual. I have no idea what they were thinking. I guess it gives you... I don't know, you could play a melody in the background like that. But yeah, it's very odd. I think a lot of these design decisions have been made because of the basicness of the programmability inside. So we've got switches which only take one bit of data, it's either on or off, and we've got 4-stage select on the pulse width, which means there's less data being recorded. I believe it's an 8-bit chip inside, and so I think someone told me 6 bits are used to record the position of the sliders, and the other 2 bits are used to record the position of the switches, something like that. Anyway, basically it's a very sort of, early days of programmable synthesizers, and it's like they've made some decisions here so that you can get the compu memory to work. So yeah, there we go. Interesting. So let's actually, while we're on this subject, let's have a look at some of the presets. So let's have a look at bass. Pretty good. String. Nice. Now, try as you might, you can't change these presets because all the bits in blue become disabled and are rerouted through the presets or the compu memory. You can't touch the filter either. But what you can do is we've got some extra controls over here which allow us to have a bit of a fiddle. So we've got a brilliance knob, which is in effect a kind of cut-off knob. Let's go back to the bass. So yeah, although it's programmed to be where it is and it gives us no control over it, we can do a bit of... Yeah, we can control the filter from here. We've also got portamento. I don't think there's any key control of the portamento. I think it's... Yeah, it's just off or on. And the LFO section, which continues to work apart from... This part isn't programmable, but this part is, I think. Or is that's got blue around it? Ooh. We'll find out, I suppose. So anyway, there we go. It's interesting, isn't it? They've... Funky clavy. Well funky. Piano. The keyboard is bottom note priority. Yeah, there's a piano. Voice. Ah, that's interesting. It took a minute to change. Voice. Pretty good. Trombone. But that's never been played on a synth demo before. So as you can hear, all of these presets are utterly indistinguishable from the real thing. Synth 1. Haha, that sounds like a synth, doesn't it? See what else we got. So those are the presets. There are some already in here, so let's... So yeah, so all of those within the programmable parameters here get disconnected when you use any of these memories. We go back to manual, and we're back in the world of... So the filter, yes, well, the filter is a classic Roland filter from the late 70s. I believe it's the same exact circuit as is on the SH7. But to be perfectly honest, they all sound pretty good. This reminds me very much, in fact, it visually reminds me, but also sounds like the filter on the SH1. Let's just go through that. So you can hear that, listen, it's stepping. Which is it's because it's, I think, okay, don't shoot me if I'm wrong, but I think it's because it's been stepped so that the individual steps can be read by the processor and it can be recorded as a preset, so it's very subtle. That isn't harmonics, that's going up in steps. I mean, you wouldn't notice, and obviously, if you apply envelope modulation to it, there are no steps because you're getting the actual movement from the envelope. Like that, that's fine. But yeah, just an interesting thing, yeah? Keyboard follows from 0 up to, I guess, is full. Let's just see, we'll turn the envelope mod off. Turn the oscillators off. So as you can hear, it perfectly follows the keyboard when it's on full. Bring in quite difficult to tune the filter. Might resort to using the envelope mod. That's stepped as well. So it's actually quite difficult to get this to go if you wanted to use the filter as another oscillator tone. It's in tune there. Let's put interesting. But yeah, I'll stop with the complaints now because it's a really nice filter, as you can hear. It's a lovely filter. We've also got a high pass, which, if I'm right, is a 6 dB single pole. Very useful. And there's an envelope for the filter and a separate envelope for the VCA. And the envelope for the filter works inversed as well, so we can do that. Sounds really nice. It's one of those fizzy, rubbery, very precise, very great Roland filters from the late 70s. And these are, before the advent of the SH101 and the MC202 and those ones, they actually use a different chip to produce the filter. But these are using more discrete components. So there are chips involved, but we were talking individual op amps and OTAs and things like that, all electronic jargon that I don't really understand. So they're built in a much more organic fashion, and they do change from model to model because as they gradually improved the designs of these filters. So yeah. But this is like, we're talking early period before they were sort of standardized. Let's have a look at the LFO now. So way over here. So we've got the LFOs here. We've got selection of waveforms. We've got sine, square, ramp, and I guess that's sawtooth, inverse ramp. It's upside down. Let's apply that to the filter. So there's the saw, or the ramp, there's the saw, there's the square, and there's the sine. Now that doesn't seem to go very fast, does it? However, over here we have something called LFO bend, and someone called Norm is at the top there. So we've got what looks like normal LFO speed now, and we can adjust it with this, and it gives you a slight variation of the LFO speed. But as you can see, this is LFO/bend, so we're going down to here. So we can adjust the amount of LFO going to, for example, the pitch, and that's controlled by this knob, which tells you how much. We've got delay time here as well. Let's speed it up a bit. The delay time gives you a delay before the LFO kicks in. We can put in a bit of extra VCO or extra VCF. But interestingly, we can also take it off. So if I bend it this way and we've got LFO VCF selected, we can remove the preset amount of LFO going to the filter as well. And we can also apply that to the VCA. And we can use the bend. Let's leave norm alone here for a second and go to wide and see what that does. So very slow there now. Go as fast as we can. But with wide selected, we can faster. And there we go. This is one of the best things about this synth, is this audio rate LFO. It's delicious. It works alongside the envelope mod as well, so you can get... And we can tune the oscillators. And it's beautifully clangy. It just sounds great. You get all kinds of lovely, so obviously I'll bring up change the waveform. Obviously we can get different effects with different waveforms. Masses of distortion and stuff coming out of it now. Oh. And as we bring up the resonance, we get more effect from that. See, that's the LFO, so capable of massive audio rates. And also with this bend feature here, where we can add and take away the already selected amounts of modulation going on. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. So already it sounds really warm and huge. Let's bring this. Let's go low again. Oh, we are low. We can increase warmth levels with this slider at the end, which just says level, with a reassuring red overload LED here. Let's see if we can get it to light up. Yep, it's lighting up. this synth was used by countless people in the 80s, and I will not bother trying to count them because I've, forgotten, and I'm not using Wikipedia. It's not a political stance, you understand. I simply just don't want to open a computer today. Although I'm obviously inevitably going to have to do that when I come to edit this. Here, there we go. That's life. Turn it off. So that's the Promars Compuphonic by Roland. Their only Compuphonic mono synth, and the monophonic sibling of the Jupiter 4, with a lot of the sounds and qualities of the Jupiter 4. Thank you for watching.
Wow.
Yeah, thanks for watching.
Andrew Kubachevsky says that sounds monstrous on his barefoot Micromain 27s in his studio.
Huh.
It does sound lovely.
Well, I hope my voice wasn't mixed too loud.
Prometheus asked, did they do a
rattle
poly?
your fillings out.
Did they ever
Sorry.
do a poly version
Oh
of
yeah,
it?
well it was already answered. Someone else answered it. Yeah.
Jupiter 4.
The Jupiter 4.
Yeah.
Yes. And it basically sounds, I think it's got exactly the same sound, and it's got the same processing thing in it and everything. Yeah, I can't remember. There's I did a review excuse me, of the Promars for SonicState, and I got into a really interesting discussion with someone in the chat about he was basically researching like early processors and stuff, and I think he was saying he was trying to build the early like Intel 8048, I think it was.
Wow.
Anyway, it sounded fantastic, and I was like, well, keep in touch, let me know what's happening. But yeah, he really he knew everything about these synths.
Those processors as well. Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, Peter Quatey just noted that the Jupiter 6 has that stepping thing due to the programming as well.
You mean the Jupiter 4?
He said Jupiter 6.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. I'd have thought they'd have moved on from that processor by then. Maybe the processor was still... Mind you, it was all 8-bit processors back then.
what year would that Jupiter 6 have been?
I don't know, is it 83 or 84?
It probably might have still necessitated stepping. It wouldn't have been high enough.
Well, that's the thing. Most programmable synths do have that. And also, now you've got scanning digital keyboards. And Simon will never believe me, but I can feel a very slight delay between hitting the key on the Promars and the sound coming out. It's not much, but something, I don't know, I feel like there's...
You feel latency.
Well, I wouldn't call it latency. It's just a kind of a feeling of not quite being 100% connected to it. Unlike when you hit, even the Minimoog has a FAT-R scanning keyboard. But if you play a synth that's just got the rails on the bottom, you're making direct contact with the circuit, and you're going, and you can definitely feel the connection. But hey, I was going to say something about, it's gone. Never
Okay.
mind.
I'll ask another question then.
Go on.
Are Roland the only manufacturers who have a delay time factor? And I thought, what about Casio? They use that sometimes, don't they?
Go on, answer it.
No, you answer it.
No, you're really pleased with yourself. Go on.
The CZ101 has that feature.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So really good demo of the Promars. I really like that synth.
We can't compliment ourselves.
Well, no, I'm complimenting you because it's one of the synths I really enjoy playing with, but it's not plugged in most of the time. But it has that real warmth that the Casios have. But
yeah, it's beautiful.
Waff, the big waff of the SH1.
It's an honest synth, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's got a sort of
very uncomplicated.
Here you go. This is what I do.
Yeah.
I do it really well.
I like Actually, this relates to a question Peter had for us a while ago about, do you ever forcefully give yourself limitations when making songs?
Yeah, you have to.
And yeah, you do. And I was going to I wanted to compose a song entirely on the Promars because I thought it's limited in and of itself, but it has so much character. You could still sculpt something really beautiful with just it.
It's definitely got I mean, yeah, it's beautiful. It can sound bright and belly. When I managed to stop myself from playing Save a Prayer, and instead played Coronation Street. I'm quite pleased with myself about that. You may have noticed I'm now drinking whiskey. This is a development.
Traditional medicine.
Error.
Traditional medicine.
Let's just hope I don't go the full Richard Bacon before the end of the show. And
what's that?
Yeah, they'll know.
Okay. What about our American friends? Will they know?
I don't need to tell our American friends.
What's the full Richard Bacon?
No, that doesn't need to be said.
Is it from the Vis Profanosaurus?
No, it's not.
Okay.
I mean, I don't think.
Okay. I'm going to have to do some Googling after this then. Related to Blue Peter, Andrew Loveland has a real Blue Peter badge.
How the hell did you get that? How did you get it?
Apparently something to do with the Thunderbirds.
Maybe right.
Tracy Island. There was a big build they did, wasn't there?
Now, hold on. Who asked about the badges? Ian Cole.
Ian Cole asked, do you get a badge?
Sorry. Ian J. Cole.
Ian J. Cole. Sorry. Missed the J. Do you get a badge when you subscribe to Bandcamp?
We've had to think about this. Now, I don't think you can get one straight away. I think it's because it's something you have to earn. So we've decided it's going to be a 6-month thing. Once you've subscribed for 6 months, then you get it. And this is I mean, it's actually a logistical thing for us as well because the sheer cost of these badges, and there aren't many of them. And then postage. We don't have a lot. They're very limited. They cost a fortune. And if somebody just subscribes for £3 and
we'd be
and they're in the States.
Making a big loss.
If about 10 people did that all at once, we'd have to start selling things like kidneys.
Yeah. So it's a 6-month honour, and if you don't want to wait 6 months, you can always just order it. From
you can just buy one. Page. Yeah. So they're on sale on the Bandcamp page right now. If you don't want to stay subscribed for 6 months and you can't wait, go for it. And I'm sorry, Ian. I know you've been trying to subscribe for a long time, so. Maybe we could make a special case for you. No. Well. We can't make special cases for anyone. It's just, I'm sorry. Okay. I'm sorry, Ian. Unless you want to contact us in private and we can have a discussion about, give you a badge. You give us a back rub. I've got a stiff neck at the moment, possibly. What else was gone there? Off the track here. So I wanted to ask about sticky back plastic because I've heard this term bandied about on Blue Peter. Sticky back plastic. So I'm noticing your haircut. So we've got almost Janet Ellis. I like Janet Ellis. What's the name of the other one? The little begin with L. I've forgotten all my Blue Peter presenters, but I'm thinking, yeah. Am I a Blue Peter presenter? Just say sticky back plastic. Sticky back plastic. Once more, without me talking. Sticky back plastic. So just take some sticky back plastic. And just take some sticky back plastic and apply liberally. But is it? I have a question. Is it just sellotape? No. Well, someone said it is. Mocha Stuff said it is, but they couldn't advertise a brand. Mind you, I say no. To be fair, I never really understood what it was, but it was all different colours, wasn't it? They had it was like sort of sticky vinyl. Like contact. Cut out shapes, like you stick it on. Contact adhesive. And by the way, who was it made Tracy Island? It was Andrew Loveland. Was it Andrew Loveland? Yeah. And you said it came out really well. That's fantastic. We just watched that the other day. I think we must have been a bit inspired by the badges. We watched a bit of a Blue Peter retrospective. I knew everything already. I just thought you could do with some education. Part of my cultural re-education. To know what you've made or what we've made together and what the importance means. Of this symbol of boo-ness. I'm very proud to wear one. And we are a bit Blue Petery because we make stuff. Yeah, and we encourage others to make. Just making smells today. Oh no! Sorry. Something to look forward to. Yes. Yep. Anything else? Oh yeah, I wanted to mention kind of what have we been doing. So it is a bit of a light month for us, as you may have noticed on the content on the show, because I was away in Australia for 2 weeks. Promptly came back and gave Chris a cold from the plane, probably, no doubt. But we have been managing to get into some
song stuff. We've been narrowing down a list of demos that we want to work on, and in fact honed right in on one of them, which we're practicing. Chris has been sculpting. We're recording.
Listen, we'll get you a copy of it at some stage. You'll probably see us playing it next month's show, because we're doing a little a friend's birthday. A very lovely friend has invited us to play at their birthday, and it's just it's going to be in Brighton under the Bandcamp. Under the Bandcamp.
But it's a private event.
It's a private event, unfortunately, so I can't invite any of you. But we're really looking forward to it, and we're going to try out a couple of new songs. We'll film our practices and we'll get them sent to you. Also, we got contacted by a booker.
Yeah, that's an interesting one. We get contacted by bookers randomly, and usually, more often than not, they're scammers. This guy was a professional booker.
It was all right.
Booking shows in London. Really nice. Really knew his stuff. We had a bit of a chat today about it, though, and he got us at the clincher was it was a show with 5 other acts.
Well, not just that. It was a show from 6 to 11 in a pub in Hoxton, in a quiet bit of Hoxton, and it was just like... And it was a very small room, and that all came out at the end. And it was just like our experience of playing.
There are reasons why we wouldn't play with 5 other acts. We promised ourselves not to do anything with that many acts, unless it was a very special occasion after some poor experiences.
It's just the sheer stress of getting up to London, probably on public transport, and then setting up, and then having everything crammed in with 5 other people's stuff, and then getting on, doing half an hour, getting off, and then somehow getting home. It's just so demoralising.
Often run over, and then you have to cut your shit set short.
We've had that.
And we thought, imagine people have come from a long way to London to see us for half an hour, and we have to cut the set short to 20 minutes, and they've got to see, I'm sure the other bands would have been good too, but we just decided, no, we'd be better to do this on the terms we decided.
Yeah, it's interesting. We were quite interested for a while, and we just thought, and everything was sounding great, and we're going, brilliant, let's do another show. Let's do a show in London. Let's get everyone invited today.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, when they said that, and we just looked at the size of the room and just went, you're going to fit 5, you're going to fit 6 bands in that.
6 bands, yeah. It's difficult. Yeah. So we're still wanting to put something live on for you guys. Yeah, be interesting to get your thoughts on it.
Yeah, was it a paid gig? That's a good point. It's 20% of a £9 ticket, and
So for guidance, it said something like
split
15 tickets would be like 25 quid or something, which wouldn't cover one train ticket. So that's fairly normal, though, I think.
Yeah.
To know.
And split between 6 bands.
Yeah.
And it was very much run like a sort of America's Got Talent type thing, and they were going, the people that sell the most tickets will headline, and then we'll do this and we'll do that. And I just thought, hold on a minute, we're not 20 anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd probably do that if I was young and desperate.
It'd be great for young bands who live in London, who can get there and do the shows regularly. That's great.
Yeah.
And also who want to build up their profile, because it was a bit like America's Got Talent, or Britain's Got Talent, where there is a sort of a pre-sale thing where each band has to push for the ticket sales on their own social media, and whoever gets the highest ticket sales up to a certain point will get top billing, and then the promoters will promote the gig with the billing list. So there's quite a lot of work that the band has to do to support the event as well, which is normal. I mean, that should be expected.
It wasn't quite a scam, but it certainly wasn't something that...
It wasn't a scam.
At my age, I wouldn't be messing around with.
A great opportunity for young bands who live in London, but for us, just a little bit too difficult logistically.
If we lived in London, especially even if we lived in Brighton, it would be easier. It's just that now we live in Newhaven. It's actually quite difficult to get back from London.
It is.
So then we'd be looking at accommodation and
stay somewhere.
Anyway, look, I'm sorry. There's nothing.
So we're sorry. We were like really excited. We wanted to be telling you guys, hey, we're playing a gig, but we're not. But we'll keep looking for opportunities to do that. But our focus is really on recording at the moment. So this gig that we're going to do for our friend is kind of serving us, because we're going to get to rehearse this new songs and get used to playing them,
and you know
maybe
what?
record at the same time.
It's going to be a really great night, and plus we'll go out for it. And I was thinking, when you put this stuff out into the universe and you put some energy out there, something good always comes of it. We've played we played our friend's wedding, played our friend's 50th. And they always are great nights, and it's just really nice to just do that. I'd rather do that than do some kind of hucksterish sort of, come on guys, let's see what you got. Yeah, come on. It's for some Like, bless him. I'm sure he's a lovely guy, but I mean,
It's just not for us.
Leslie Judd.
Leslie
Thank
Judd.
you. I think it's still yes.
a-
Mockers. Thank you, Leslie Judd. Yes.
Thanks, Mockers.
Not so much Janet Ellis, more Leslie Judd.
Yeah, we've got a lot of support in the chat. Ian J. Cole said, I've done gigs like that in the past and it's light pay to play. It's a no for me. Mocker stuff doesn't sound like the right gig for you guys. I'm glad you guys say that because we did feel like, oh man, disappointed that we couldn't bring ourselves live to you. But
it's just a shame because it looked like a nice venue. He seemed like a nice guy. It seemed like, oh, this could be good. If it's us and one other person,
or
and, you know,
two even.
And the other thing was we wanted to say, look, can we bring our own sound person because like whoever's there isn't going to know.
Film?
And can we film? And can we choose a
we've got
support?
our own film team. You have to pay the film team if you want the film footage.
Yeah, and they're a bit funny about sound. Other sound people coming in, they need to do it themselves. And I just thought, oh, I can see this. I can see what's coming. We've done it. We've done this before. I mean, we've been doing this for 10 years. We've done it before, and we're not.
It's not for us.
No, we've had too many really, frankly, quite bad experiences.
Defo EMOM 3.
EMOM 3.
A few people have been asking us to do the EMOM.
Okay.
Maybe.
So is Andy Mack there? Hi, Andy.
Yeah,
hello.
this one was a bit close to me coming back from Australia, so we couldn't be ready for it, but perhaps sometime.
Well, I don't know if I should say this on air, but Andy did say if you want to bring some stuff with you in the car, and if you just happen to maybe accidentally plug it in and set it up, you might be... might be...
We're playing a set! Whoops!
I mean, it's conceivable.
No, they've got 7 acts on.
They've got 7 acts.
I wouldn't want to impinge on anyone else.
You wouldn't be impinging, would you?
But there will be future opportunities for us to play the EMOM.
Yes,
sure.
Absolutely. And I'm really looking forward to seeing Gaz's stuff, and obviously Matt and Calc and everyone,
nice
all the others, everyone else. So, are we nearly at the end of our tether here?
Yeah, I think that's pretty much all the stuff we have for this month.
Okay, I'd just like to recap. So, if you have any, hopefully we'll be there and we'll be healthy,
yes.
And hopefully by the time we meet people, we won't have had too many whiskies. But if you have any questions or anything you want to say to like Nick Batt or Andy McCreath, he doesn't want to be mentioned or seen on camera, so maybe not Andy. I'll get questions in writing. But Gaz or Chris Calcutt, he works with Novation. You might have questions about Novation and Sequential. Any questions?
I just saw Ed Francis asked, would we make his 60th birthday in November here in the US? Oh, Ed, happy birthday for November.
Happy birthday, Ed.
You can have a big do, sounds like. That would be really nice, but we don't have any plans for visiting the US in November.
However,
I think we'll be in Scotland maybe.
Did you tell them the story, the news, the exciting news?
That's
about
kind of personal.
Okay. We'll leave that then. So, yes. Yeah, well, that's a lovely idea, Ed. We'll certainly be there in spirit, but you never know.
You never know.
I mean, life's a great, rich tapestry of rainbows and opening doors and possibilities, and you never know what's coming.
We would love to come to the US. Maybe it's a birthday that's going to take us there first.
Yeah.
Oh, Ian J. Cole said, I played York EMOM last Wednesday with 1 hour's notice. You can do it. I love that enthusiasm. Thanks, Ian. But I really don't want to. There's 7 people playing, and I wouldn't want to shorten anybody else's sets.
What Sandy said? Did I? And did I? What's that? What did I say? Hey, EMOM 3, just saying. Did I?
Oh, Andy, yeah, he said he didn't want. You said he didn't want to be on camera, and he said, "Did I?"
Oh no, maybe you didn't. Did you? I don't know. Listen, I'm really not very well.
He's done so well today. I think he deserves a bit of a round of applause, actually.
No, it's okay. I don't need that. Just go and congratulate myself in the Richard Bacon style later on. Only joking.
I have to know what this means.
She doesn't know. So I am going to go, and so are you.
Yes,
we're going now.
We'll go.
Now, Brigitte has...
Oh, yeah, we've got a video for you.
I have no idea what this is.
This is an unreleased video that we made. Well, it was technically for live backing. We used to produce video backing for all of our songs, for all of our live shows. And this is for a song off Radiation. And we never put it on YouTube because it's just basically...
There's only 2 copies of Radiation left.
Oh,
in the whole world.
good notice. Only 2 in the whole world. We're not really sure what we're going to do after that. Are we going to make more?
I have no idea.
Anyway, they're the most complex thing to make because they have a little box. They're beautiful. Get one before they go. Anyway, this is from a song from Radiation. It's a backing video, and we're going to play you out with it. Enjoy.
Okay, fantastic. And thanks for joining us on the 10th EMOM. 10th BOOcast.
BOOcast. Number 10. And we're losing our minds.
I'm off to bed.
Okay.
Have a lovely rest of the month. We'll see you in April the 3rd?
I can't remember,
Yeah,
but
it's
in
April the 3rd. April the 3rd.
We'll have lots of new stuff to share with you.
Yes, we sure will. And also we'll have the review of the Trigon 6. So, yeah.
Hey.
Woo.
Have a lovely month, everybody.
Whee.
Never mind that lousy Smarch weather.
Cheerio.
Bye.